Hey, what's going on? This is Waggly, bringing you Tree of Probabilities, Grandmaster Nightfall guide. We ran this with me as a tethered hunter, and then with pathfinder, with graviton forfeit, and then 2 bubble titans. Conceivably, I guess you could run this with 2 or even 3 pathfinders. You could run this with 3 bubbles. We just seem to have our success using a bubble over a well. Obviously there's more than one viable option, but this is what worked for us, is 1 pathfinder and 2 bubbles. Anyway, we start this off going to the right there. All these adds are piled up, and then the adds from the beginning, which you normally just run forward and kill them and then come to the back, they will jump forward to you if you go to the right and then come all the way back here. So your first couple minutes are killing these adds, and then you group up on the Colossus before you get to the Infinite Force. At this point, I should mention our loadout too. You can see us sorting this guy. Since we are running 2 bubble titans, we all decided to run swords here. So we have 3 disruptive swords. You're going to want to have passive guard on. The enhanced sword scavenger mod from the artifact that only costs 1 armor energy piece is really valuable too. Then all 3 of us also have on Ariana's. These 2 guys have on special finishers just to keep up the ammo. And then our primary slots, I think we're all using these crappy little hand cannons, which, sure, they have overload rounds, but in hindsight, we never really needed them. So since this map has a lot of range, even a scout rifle could be better. Or if someone wants to run a sniper with their Arianas or something like that too. Anyway, when you're in the forest here, because I was just the one hunter, you're going to have to make sure, if you are the hunter, that you are properly smoke screening your teammates, and if you're not the hunter, that you're very close to the hunter. You could kill everything in the forest. It's going to take a lot of extra time. For this Grandmaster, really the one hard thing is the boss fight, so since it might take you a few attempts, you just might want to get there and save 10 minutes of your life by not killing stuff, so you can keep trying this. So you can see us just not really killing anything in here, just trying to get to the end of the forest, just to maximize our time. I think we got pretty lucky with some of these tiles. If you are at a point where a tile looks pretty nasty, it will help to take a couple of seconds to talk. Okay, I'm going to smoke here, and then I'm going to smoke halfway through. You might have to wait for your smoke to come back if there's not an enemy to dodge. Typically though, you can smoke at the beginning of a tile, dodge partway through, maybe smoke halfway through or towards the end, and then once you open the door, there's always 2 or 3 adds there. You can dodge by them and get your smoke back. So there is a little bit of an art to this, which you can figure out as you go. Anyway, you just got to make your way to the back, exit, and then you have to kill the adds there.
But I don't have my smoke.
If you're one of the titans with the bubble and you aren't invisible, and you're coming towards the end of the door and the adds trying to shoot you, that's another smart thing to do. The Nefarious did there is putting down a bubble, because you don't really use it otherwise, so just making sure that you keep as many lives as possible as you go through the forest.
Actually, if you get a bubble.
Alright, once you come to this final section of the forest, you just want to make sure that nothing can snipe you from behind, which is why Sniper put up his bubble there, because one of us was getting sniped from behind, and then I also got sniped forward. There's 4 Scion snipers in front of you. Typically, they go 3 to the left and 1 to the right. You just have to find them. So there's 4 of them. And once you kill them, then you can either stay behind cover right there, or you'll see me go to one of the sides, the right side, and get up top. That way nothing can snipe or throw grenades at you from behind, and you can just clear out the rest of these Cabal Legionaries pretty safely until the barrier opens and you can get through the back door.
Behind where you are. I'll need a special finisher. That's probably...
When you come out of this tunnel, you want to make sure that you're all together, because if one person is ahead of you and if they get sniped or get stuck by a grenade and the rest of you guys aren't through that door, then it's going to cause a team wipe. So just make sure one person doesn't go too far ahead of you. From here, take out the snipers, then the rest of the enemies. Once you kill all of these basic adds, there will be a drop pod with 5 more, which is 1 additional sniper, and then I believe it's 4 other legionaries. Kill all of them before you deal with the 2 champions.
Not a good time to peek.
Once you've cleared out all these basic adds, when it comes to these champions, what I like to do is stand back here. So you want to be behind that circle on the floor there, because that way the Colossuses won't shoot you from this distance, and you can use your Arianas to kill them. I tethered, seems like some shots missed or something, so I didn't kill him. But anyway, you want to get the one that's closer, because one of them stands a little bit closer than the other one, so you get that one first. For the second one, since we had enough special, we also killed him from range. But another thing you could do if you don't have that much special ammo is once you kill the first one, then your tether could smoke you, and you guys go invisible and put a bubble down on the second one and then sword the second one to death. Again, that's if you don't have that much special and you do have some heavy ammo. Once you finish that though, Sparrow across. You might as well kill all of these champions moving forward just to get the revives in case you hit the boss. So jump up the top here, kill these legionaries and these goblins. If someone needs to do a special finisher, it's a great place to do it. There's going to be 2 snipers down below. You can see me looking at them right here. And then you'll want to get this Colossus first, and then you can push across to get the barrier hobgoblin on the other side. I wouldn't necessarily do a finisher on that Colossus down there, but the barrier across is a great one to do a finisher on, again, if you need some more ammo.
We can jump down on them with swords. how you didn't die there.
Once you get past the little spinning laser, there's this Colossus right here, and he's either a little bit on the left or a little bit on the right. If he's a little bit on the right, you want to go to the left cover. If he's a little bit on the left, like he is now, you go to this right side block. That was a good barricade by him. You don't necessarily need it. That was smart. And then break his shield, and then you can sword him to death, do a finisher, whatever you need to do. For the Sparrow bit, I got off the Sparrow because I've blown myself up on the laser for no reason before. You don't need to kill the couple ads below. You can just push forward there and then Sparrow to the next section.
These Cabal must have a leader.
You're headed straight for him. He's caught in a window in time, trying to steal the map before we can get it. He'll fail every time, but he doesn't know that.
Sounds horrible.
Onto the bridge, make sure you kill these 3 legionaries first. So there's 2, and then there's going to be a 3rd one standing next to the boss. Kill them if you can. Pick off a sniper. You could do that now, but it might be safer to wait till you kill this Colossus because he's standing by the cover, and that gives you a little bit of support. So we killed 3 legionaries. Now we killed the barrier here. Then you can kill the 2 scions. For this, since our swords were arc, and we used arc swords for the harpies in the boss fight, we had to rely on our void grenades to blow up the shields of these incendiors. So make sure you keep your grenades as much as you can as you go through this bridge to blow up their shields. So sniper got the grenade there, I believe. Get these 2 shields, and I'm going to save my grenade in the next section. The wanted guy, you don't need to kill, it's just a waste of time and ammo. So just poke at these guys with primary. Use your Arianas for the snipers, your grenades for the incendiors. And then a little bit further up, you'll see we kill the barrier Colossus from range with our Arianas. Could put a bubble on him. Range though is just easier for us. We felt more comfortable. And then you should be heading to the boss fight, no problem.
Fell off the map. Okay. Two of those are dead. Hate it.
So if you do need some special ammo, I'd finish the last legionary, and then you can wait to kill this barrier for your super to come back up. Once you do kill this guy, the whole point of this boss fight is to make the boss move quickly so you don't spawn extra ads and another barrier colossus on the roof, 4 extra snipers, all that stuff. So that's why we use sword strat, and also my tether was there just in case we needed it. When you put a bubble down on boss after he knocks down the big minotaur, only do light attacks. If you do heavy attacks, it's going to pull you out of the bubble and then he can one-hit kill you. I was worried about the damage output on the boss since we want him to be a complete third of a health bar gone. So I decided to use my tether, and of course the moment I shot it, the lasers came up and then the thing drifted me into a laser. Anyway, these guys got the overload into the bubble in this corner, which is what you're supposed to do. Once you kill the overload, the lasers stop spawning. So the whole trick in this first phase is to shoot the overload to lure him to you, like with your Arianas, not with some anti-overload gun. Kill him to make the laser stop, and then use your swords, or if you have some other arc weapon, to deal with the harpies. And then at the end, you deal with these 2 barrier hobgoblins. So the invisibility from smoke needs help. I don't know. I would guess I was on that smoke and he was trying to get nefarious, but he jumped away. I don't know. Anyway, here I'm getting the aggro, or trying to, so he can get the resident sniper, since I just blew my smoke nade for a moment. When he does get sniper up, you are going to have to try to isolate these 2 guys. It might take a little while because they do like to stand on top of each other, but call out one of them and then everyone go for it. I would also recommend staying along the outsides this whole time. Do not run to the middle to try to get closer to these hobgoblins, because if you die in the middle, you're probably not going to get resurrected. So even though sniper's dead over there, since he's on the outside by cover, I can try to get the aggro, and then nefarious can get a nice res here.
The one that just put a shield down. I actually just got special, so unless you guys need it, I'm okay. Then let us break shield. Fall. Yeah, then you can finish him.
So nefarious just uses special finisher there, because there's going to be a couple more barriers. I guess you could also run heavy finisher too, need more sword ammo, but sword scavenger mod should be enough. Anyway, at this point, we're going to wait around for our supers to come back, so I might as well talk about the second room strategy. You can get through the first room. The first room is all about getting that overload minotaur first, canceling the lasers, getting the harpies, and then the barriers at the end. The second room's a little bit different. So I'm going to use my tether super to make the boss move, and it should be enough to make a move if a full third of his health is gone after this first room. So once he moves, then there's going to be some Cabal that spawn and the Vex. You don't really need to worry about the Cabal because the Vex will take care of them, so you can stay behind cover, nothing should aggro on you. And then a few seconds later, some Harpies will spawn. I believe there's 4 of them. And that's when you will want to kill the Harpies first. So they typically go to the back right platform, and if you take cover on the right block just in front of the platform, which is where you see we will take cover, then they come mostly towards you. And there's a couple that go to the middle instead. Those I can get by smoking myself. So second room, make boss move, deal with the Harpies, And then once you deal with the harpies, then you can
we
try to
could.
isolate
If we have
one of the
ammo, we
3
could just
champions to kill them
put a bubble
first,
down and just-
and then work on the other 2 after that. We'll go into that once you see us do it, how we
got
got the
double
overload there, but here we go. We're ready to enter the second room.
We've activated more lasers.
Okay,
It's hard not to admire the
Watch
artistry.
lasers.
It's really not.
Okay. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. There's no barrier behind us. Just watch this laser where you're standing if there is. So harpies will start flying towards us pretty soon. I'll go invis and kill the first couple. So like I see one to the left there. Where? Okay, 2 other harpies spawned. Right, we'll go to this platform behind us. Just get them. Got him, perfect. That's 1. There's a second one. I'm gonna get the far one. You guys get the near one. I'm gonna get this far one. Okay, that's all of them. So it is just... Oh, nope, there's one more. We have to... Don't grab them yet because the laser is not come online. Okay. It's coming towards us. Alright, so... This is awesome. So like,
once you've killed all the harpies, it's relatively safe to push underneath this ledge, and the champions will walk towards you. So this is one way to try to isolate. So we try to isolate this barrier hobgoblin, since he's right there. Unfortunately, once you start shooting them, the other couple rush to its aid. So you'll see that we get him pretty close, but then someone dies. Sniper dies. Furious is also getting hit by the aggro. I don't want to poke out, so he heals up. And at this point, since we just committed a little bit, I don't know how much special they have. I asked them. They're running a little bit low. So here's the safer strat. Since we had just moved them to that side, and we know that the Overload Minotaur walks faster than the barrier since he can do a little teleport, I tell Nefarious and Sniper to come over to this left side. Nefarious is going to drop his bubble down. The Overload is going to come into the bubble since he can travel more quickly. Kill him in the bubble, shut down the lasers, and then we can isolate a couple barrier champions. So that's going to happen right here.
Okay. Alright, go up there and put down a bubble. Just not in front of a laser. Okay, save your heavy. Let's break a shield on the right one. Let's break right one, and then I'm going to super him. Okay, wait for supers. Don't go forward. Wait for supers. Get ammo. So there's 2 ways.
Now that we killed all of them, get the ammo. Like I said, we're just gonna be safe here and wait again for our supers to come back. There's no need to rush this. So we're just communicating what we want to do here, and there's a couple different things you could do. If you just want the completion, there is a cheese you could do on the bottom left side. The Sniper said wherever that is, so I'm sure you could look it up. I don't know how safe it is if you can shoot boss. That's an option. Really though, there's two other options. The first one is I could go in there and use my super to damage the boss, and this other guy shoot it, and then we could dump it into the right pit, get the boss to come to us, put a bubble down, and sword him to death in the corner.
You know, most people typically
I was kind of on board with that one, but Nefarious said that he saw some other people just walk in, put a bubble down in the middle, and then everyone just sorted him to death in there. So that's ended up being the plan that we went with. There are a couple of things to note though about that. So if you're sorting the boss in a bubble, you can only do light attacks. If you do heavy attacks, it's going to pull you forward, potentially out of the bubble, and then you can get one hit and die. So just use light attacks, so it will help if you have a sword with Relentless at that point, or Whirlwind. The other thing to note is the boss will do a little air attack where he jumps up a couple feet in the air and does a slam on you in your position. Now even in a bubble, this can knock you back against the wall and kill you. So the way you mitigate this is once you see him jump up into the air, wait a split second, and then you're going to do a light attack as he crashes down onto you. That will cancel the animation of you being blown back and pull you forward to survive that. So again, you want to use a light attack on that. So you're going to have a bubble down, light attacks only. When he does his little thunder crash thing on you, you need to time the animation so you hit your light attack as he's crashing down so you don't get blown back and all of you hit the wall and die. You can see us do that there. Well, in the future here. You also want to have both bubbles up, time it so as one's nearing its end, you put the other one up, since it takes about 30 full seconds to kill him, which is one full bubble. You might as well have the second one down. Turns out we didn't even need to use my super here, but it's good to have it just in case you get in trouble, since the tether does a lot of damage. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say about this third room. Just two bubbles and sword strap worked really well for us here. You don't even need to worry about the other Cabal and Legionaries. You don't need to worry about grenades since you're in the bubble the whole time. So that's it for the rest of this Nightfall, and hopefully you watch us do it and you can get it done as well. So I'm going to tune out here and you guys can just watch us complete it from here on out.
Well, if you do light attacks, it should be fine, right? Okay. So let's do that then. Let's just put, who wants first bubble? Nefarious, you want to do first bubble? Because you, wait, are we ready? Do you have your super? Okay, alright. Alright, don't do the Yep, let's go, because it's gonna block us out. Bubble. Sniper bubble. Okay.
Does anyone else feel like we've done this
That
before?
worked. Holy shit.
Why do you keep asking that?
That fucking worked,
I was the
dude.
active ghost last time. Now it's you.
I've never asked
I
that.
can't fucking believe that worked.
I swear you did.
There's something
You are right
strange
though,
about
dude. We
this
actually
forest.
got knocked back, but because we did an attack, it brought us forward. That's interesting. Well, I had my super too, like